Alright, crafters, are you guys ready to see what is in? It's not even my random yarn bin, it's just yarn bin number 1. If you guys remember, I had some of my yarn stashed over at my mom's because she had some space for it and I didn't. January 1st, 2019, I had taken all of my brand new yarn that hadn't been used and I put it in boxes and bins. And then I took it to my mom's house to store it. It's been sitting in her screened-in porch. It's like a 3-season room, you know? January 2019, and I just picked it up, what, 4 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, I want to say. You guys should see that video when I bring it home in my minivan, alright? When I had dropped it off at my mom's, I had big moving boxes, cardboard boxes from Home Depot, and I had filled them with my yarn, okay? Well, my mom's not a big fan of cardboard boxes, so she slowly over time in the last 3 years replaced my boxes with bins. So this is actually my box number 1. But when she took the yarn out, it was too much for one bin, so it wound up being 2 bins and a bag. So we are going to go through my my yarn bins today, and this one is just all Red Heart Super Saver. Okay, we all know it. Some of us love it, some of us hate it. Some of us, that's all we can afford, right? So Red Heart Super Saver. It's been around for as long as I can remember. I mean, I started crocheting in 1980, 1981. It's been around since then. Been a long time. So I've got 20 skeins in one bin and 20 in the other. Skeins. I will say it both ways. Depends on where I'm at in the middle of a sentence on how I pronounce it. So it is 7 ounces for the skein. It is 198 grams. 364 yards or 333 meters. It is a number 4 medium weight. It is also sometimes called worsted weight or Aran weight, and a lot of times I will run those all together. I will say number 4 medium worsted Aran weight. Okay. This color here is called Pretty in Pink. And it is. It's very, very pretty. Very pink. And that is what starts off yarn bin number 1. Okay? Pretty in Pink. Oh, and where am I going to sit them when I pull them out? Okay. I don't know. Crafter problems, right? So what else we got in here? I've got a skein of Real Teal. That's a pretty color. I like that. It's alright. We got Dark Orchid. I don't know if you can see the names. I don't know if the camera picks it up really well or not. So just trust me that it says Dark Orchid. Like that. Aruba C. I gotta tell you, this is my favorite. My second favorite Red Heart Super Saver color. My first favorite is their soft white because I use that almost everywhere. On everything. But I love this color blue. It's called Aruba C, as in S-E-A. Love that. I've got 3 little skeins of Red Heart Classic, which is the same as Red Heart Super Saver. They call that Super Saver because it is 7 ounces of yarn, where this little Classic is only 3.5 ounces. 100 grams, 190 yards, or 174 meters. So it's called Red Heart Classic because it's smaller in size. Not because its weight's any different or its texture's any different or anything. It's still number 4 medium worsted Aran weight. Okay, it's just 3.5 ounces compared to 7 ounces. Red Heart Classic is also from the 60s, 70s, the 80s. Okay, I bought this color because I was looking for a specific kind of gray. I needed more like a gunmetal gray. So they call this nickel, and I have 3 of them. And it's okay. I no longer need it for whatever I thought I needed it for. Alright, so where is Red Heart made? Does that matter? Made in the USA. I think the fibers are imported from somewhere else, though. Yeah. Okay, so the fibers are made somewhere else, then they're imported into the United States, and then from the United States, they're made into this. 100% acrylic, and acrylic means man-made fibers. It's no natural fibers. It's not cotton, wool. It's just 100% acrylic. It's versatile. You can use it in anything and everything. I wouldn't use it for clothing because it's not soft enough for that. It's also too thick for that. Alright, so this color is called Buff. Me, I would call that a light tan. And then I've got some browns in here. What do I got? Yep, 2 skeins of warm brown. This color, I love this. This is perfect for, we're getting out of summer going into autumn. It's a good autumn color. So I've got 2 skeins of that. And I've got Cafe Latte, which is a little bit darker shade of the brown. See the difference in them? But they're still good colors. I like them both. Which I think they both go really well with this orange color. This is Carrot, right? Mix that with some brown. Doesn't that look like 1975? For the warm brown. Oh, wait. And then here, mix it with, I've got gold. And I've got cornmeal. See, these would look really well in a blanket together. Hold on. In an autumn-themed blanket, like the leaves changing colors on the tree. Yeah. Alright, so I like the carrot. It's nice. And then the cornmeal. Sorry, I get distracted with my own yarn. And then this gold, which to me, this gold actually looks more of a mustard yellow, I would say. I don't think it has enough gold undertones to it or tint to it. I think it's more of a mustard yellow. Which, yeah, I love mustard yellow. I've got some white, plain old white. Actually, I've got more than just one. Hold on. No, I think those are soft white. Okay. Yeah. 1 skein of white. I have more Red Heart white in another bin somewhere. But I mean, whenever I buy white, I buy 2, 3, 4 skeins at a time because you use it on a lot of things. Okay, this one has no label on it, but I know that it is Super Saver because it had a label. The label got so damaged. And it is the color called Medium Time, because that's what this is. Because see, even this label had gotten completely damaged. Somebody had given me this. So it's an old label. It's got a lot of rips, a lot of tears in it. Whoever, when they gave it to me, they were using it for something, and then they just wrapped, when they had decided they weren't going to use it, they wrapped the yarn around on the outside. And that's what that is. So, Medium Time. One with a label and one that's all tangled up with a busted up label. This is an older color. It is called Pale Green. I don't even know if they still make this anymore. I should, I don't know. Pale Green, but it's got an older label on there. And this, I don't think this is Red Heart. It's a green color for sure, but the texture, it's too soft to be Red Heart, because we all know that Red Heart is a bit scratchy. Because it is a bit of a cheaper product, even though we all use it. I don't think that's Red Heart. And then I have Baby Pink. I love a good shade of pink. I like that one. And then, of course, my super favorite color is called Soft White. There's 1, 2, 3 skeins of Soft White. It is my all-time favorite color of Red Heart Super Saver, and I will buy multiples of it because I use it in almost everything. So that is the bottom of the first bin that had originally been in my box because my mom replaced my bins. So I'm just gonna throw these back in here real quick, and then we'll move on to the second bin. Okay. Okay, on to the next bin, which would be bin number 2 that my mom made out of box number 1. Why is that important? Because I'm inventorying everything I have, and I'm counting everything I have, and I'm going to be selling it to get rid of all of it, and I need to know where it's located. So this is also just a reminder to myself, even though I'm showing it all to you guys. Alright, so we've got a bright pink color called Grenadine. Okay, wow, he's beautiful. And then this, it's like half orange, half pink. It's called Flamingo. Man, that's a good color. I have no idea what I would use it for. I like that. At one point in time, my goal was to have 1 skein of each and every color that Red Heart made. And then Red Heart belonged to a company called Coats & Clark, and they sold themselves a couple years ago to the company that does Karen Cakes and Simply Soft, Yarnspirations. They sold themselves to Yarnspirations, so it's no longer a Coats & Clark company. So their labels started to change. The color started to change a little bit. So I stopped trying to buy one of every color until they were firmly established as being a different company now, even though it's the same company. Anyway, so another skein of gold. I really do like my autumn colors. A partially used skein of claret. It's a red. Almost a brick red. This is old. It's got one of those hand stamps on there when they used to put the date on there. That's an old one. And then I have a skein of burgundy. See the 2 reds together? 2 different shades of red. This is what they call burgundy, and this is what they call claret. Nice. Spring green. This one's partially used, but it's still, most of it's still there. And then a whole bunch more greens. Tea leaf. Another tea leaf. Light sage. Frosty green. Honeydew. Oh, I like the shade of green from Red Heart. Honeydew. This one goes really well with the soft white. That's a good color. I like that one. You see, I did try to do rainbow order when I put them away. This is old school hunter green. And this was made, the stamp on there says July 9th, 2010. Hunter green. 2010. Can almost be vintage at this point. I've got suede blue. It's a nice shade of blue. Okay. No, it's called blue suede. I said suede blue, didn't I? It's blue suede because I have a second one. My goodness, I can't read without my my glasses on. So this is their regular blue, right? And then this is blue suede. Give it a choice, I would go with the blue suede. I really like this one. Light periwinkle. This is a classic color. They've had this color for a long time. This is Windsor blue. For a while, Windsor blue had gone out of production, and I actually found this in my local thrift store for $2. Windsor blue. I really enjoy this color. Some teal. Real teal. This is a good color. I've worked with this color before. I put it in a crochet along I participated in, and it gives your blanket a really good pop of color. I like this. And then royal blue. Funny thing is, I'm not a big fan of royal blue, but here I am with a brand new skein of royal blue from Red Heart Super Saver, and I'm not really a fan of the color. Soft navy. I have 2 skeins of that. You can tell their dye lots are different because one's a little darker than the other. Yeah, so the date stamp on this one says 2013. Ooh, jade. That's a good, they call this one real teal. And I think the jade could be like a light shade of teal because they go really well together. Good colors right there. I see some blanket making right there. And then this, definitely old school one. This one says 1998. Now, more than likely I picked this one. Yeah, I did. I picked this up at the thrift store for $1.99 and found it at Salvation Army, right? It's still new. It's still fully 8 ounces. They used to make Super Saver in 8-ounce skeins back in the day. And it is called Lavender. 1998. It's a good color. But how do I know? Because there's a number stamped on there. It says 95986. So it means September 1998. It's right underneath of the barcode. They don't put the dates on them anymore these days. I don't think they do, but back in the day they did. Lavender. So that is the end of that bin. So now I just have to show you what's in the bag. When I had gone to my mom's and brought everything home, and I realized that she took most of my yarn out of the boxes and put it in bins for me, which I very much appreciate that, because it's just cardboard boxes and yarn don't do well together, because cardboard boxes will hold on to moisture, and that's not good for your yarn. So when I had brought it home, I started sorting it and trying to organize it so I can do these videos. And then I got very discouraged because I've got so much stuff. So it wound up being 2 bins and a bag. And inside the bag, what I did was I put all the floppy, partially used skeins of yarn that are just these little bits. Okay. And that's what I did. And I put all the really mostly used stuff in the bag, and then some variegated colors. So that's what we're going to go through now. I have a partially used plain old white. Okay. And this color I was throwing around is frosty green, which I have a full skein of frosty green already in the bin. This yellow, it's bright yellow. Official, more burgundy. Okay, right? You see, I have to wind these up into either little hand wound balls or use my ball winder, my yarn winder, to make them into little cakes of yarn. They keep them from flopping around, I guess. Some blue suede. Some royal blue. Some soft navy. This is almost full, but not quite. That's why it's in this bag. Some more blue suede. I must really like that color because that's the fourth one. A color called pool, like a swimming pool. This is a good color. This was a fun color. I put this in one of the blankets for one of the kids. It's a fun color. Okay, what else we got? It's like Christmas. Pretty in pink. This is light raspberry. It went out of production for a while and then it came back. I know what this is because I've been using this since the 80s. It's a good color, even though it no longer has its label. The label is gone, but I know it's Red Heart Super Saver and I know it is light raspberry. Because Red Heart is the kind of yarn that I use to learn how to crochet. Alright, this is called Aran. A-R-A-N. Aran it's a type of yarn, it's a weight of yarn, and it's also a color of yarn. That word has three different meanings. This is called Aran. It's darker than soft white, but lighter than beige. It's a good neutral color. Windsor blue, again. So while I didn't buy that at the thrift store, that's mine from way back in the day. Windsor blue. This has probably been with me for 10 years, this Windsor blue. And then I want to say, Paddy green. Do you guys remember Paddy green? P-A-D-D-Y. Date stamp says 1992. I was 21 years old. Oh, I wonder if I've had it that long. There's a possibility, because some of this stuff probably belonged to my grandma and my mom back in the 80s and the 90s. I've been collecting everybody's leftovers for years. So that's Paddy green. Probably my mom or my grandmom's. Good color. I think Paddy green, I think they discontinued this. So that my mom had in a bag for me, okay? And then also Painted Desert. Now, I am saving this one because I have a blanket that I make called the Patchwork Squares blanket, and I do it with variegated yarn. So I'm saving this to make another Patchwork Squares blanket, okay? Painted Desert. Let's see, it is browns, tans, it's got some green, some blue, and some version of red in there. I don't know, it's a nice color. So I have plans for that. Okay, this one is called Shaded Dusk. D-U-S-K. It's all shades of blue. From a dark blue down into a light blue. Yep, I'm going to use that too. So anything that is variegated, that's Red Heart Super Saver that I come across, I'm going to be saving it to work another Patchwork Squares blanket. Okay, this is called shaded browns. I got a little excited there because the date stamp on that says 1980, which definitely means it was my grandmom's or my mom's, probably my grandmom's. Well, hold on a second. Let's see what we can do here. Shaded browns. So, take a look at those colors. Straight out of the 70s. Oh my goodness. Dark brown, medium brown, and that beige in there, right? Oh, I'm so excited for this. 3/6/80. So, March 6th, 1980? No. It can't possibly be that old. I don't know. Still says Coates and Clark, Greenville, South Carolina, because that's where it used to be made. Made in the U.S. I don't know. I love it. It is so vintage and so retro. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go into my Patchwork Squares blanket when I get all my yarn together. That's awesome. Okay, so that's it for my box number 1 of yarn that I boxed up on January 1st, 2019. Took to my mom's and has been storing it there for 3.5 years. That is box number 1, and it is all Red Heart Super Saver. So that made it nice and easy to go through because the yarn specs are the same on all of it. It's just whether or not it's 7 ounces, 8 ounces, 6 ounces, or leftovers. It's still 100% acrylic. It's still a number 4 medium worsted weight, Aran weight yarn, and then all the fantastic colors that they have. It's a lot of yarn. I mean, that's, I didn't count them, but it's got to be at least 20 in one bin, 20 in another. You're talking what, 50? 50 skeins of yarn in random sizes and shapes. 3.5 years it's been sitting and I haven't done anything with it. And the colors, they're beautiful. I know some people really don't like Red Heart. When you can't afford those expensive, luxurious wool and cotton blends that they sell in the fancy yarn stores and the local yarn stores, when you can't afford that, Red Heart is a great alternative. It is still a great yarn. It is durable, it is washable, it is dryable. If you're not careful sticking it in the dryer, because it is acrylic, it can start to melt the fibers a little bit if you use high heat in the dryer. So I would recommend not drying your blankets like that. Use low heat or the fluff setting, or actually lay it out on your floor to dry. It's actually the best thing to do for blankets, okay? So I mean, Red Heart it's good. It's versatile. It will get the job done. Do you want to make a pretty little sweater out of it? No, it's not the best thing to do. But you can make a hat. You can make gloves. You can make little booties for your feet, but not necessarily socks. But blankets, Red Heart is perfect for blankets, and those blankets they can handle kids, dogs, cats, anything you throw at them. Picnics in the yard. Sitting on the back seat of your car when it's cold out in the winter, they can handle anything. Football games when your kid's in the marching band, that's what Red Heart yarn is for. It's perfect for that. Now, I will never say anything bad about it. It's a perfectly good, usable, acceptable yarn. But I do plan on selling most of this. Okay, there's a color or two in there that really speak to me and say, I love you. So I'm going to keep it like the gold and the cornmeal and the warm browns they really call to me. I want to keep those. But the rest of it's all for sale. So what I'm going to do, instead of selling them individually one by one on eBay, when this video goes up, it should be going up on Wednesday. And by then I will have my eBay listings done, and I will put them down in the description box if you guys are interested in buying them. I'm not telling you you have to. I'm not asking you to. I'm just telling you, if you are interested, the option is there for you. I don't have an eBay store. I am just an individual seller. My username is Larkinville5, but in my description for the yarn, I will put Jennie at Granny Square Peg. This way you know it's my listing. And I appreciate everything you guys have been doing for me, helping me and encouraging me and listening to me while I'm going through all this. You know I'm struggling, feeling very shameful with how the consumerism and how I just had to have everything, and I've got so much in my house now and I'm embarrassed by it and I feel so much shame. So I appreciate you guys being here. Your comments are wonderful and they're heartfelt and they're thoughtful, and I thank you for that. So we're still in the middle of our crochet along, and I say middle, we're getting ready to wrap it up, okay, for Karen Cakes. And if anybody wants to make a Karen Cake blanket, go check out my crochet along, okay? I've been having fun with it, and I will see you guys in the next What's in the Bin? What's in the yarn bin? What kind of yarn do I have in the bins? I will see you in the next video, okay? Bye. 6 boxes ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The yarn I want to keep, this side. The yarn I'm getting rid of and selling, on this side. I'll tell you, crafters, it's not easy. Once you get your hands into the bins and you get your hands on the yarn, it is so hard to decide what you want to keep and what you're willing to let go of and get rid of. Because when you buy it, you have an idea on what you want to do with it, right? And then it sits for a couple months, and it sits for a year, and then it sits for 3 years, and you finally take it out of the bins, and you go through it. You can't remember what your original idea was unless you're one of those people who write it down, and I'm not. But now I have so many other new ideas or more ideas, and I would love to be able to keep it all, but I cannot. Not in the house I own. It's too small, and I've got a husband and 3 teenagers and 2 cats. I need room for them, you know. It just can't be all yarn storage all the time. So it was hard, but I think I'm okay with my choices. I picked colors that make me happy no matter what time of year it is, so it's not based on seasons or my moods. I picked colors that made me happy, and that is what I am keeping. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.